Welcome to the HHW Show podcast, the hard hitting wrestling show. Is the recap and the review of WrestleMania 39, as you can see on the screen, and still the Universal Undisputed WWE Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. Now, I tell you, if you pay attention to our predictions, Hector and I, we did say Roman Reigns was going to win. But man, there were just many times that I thought that Cody Rhodes was going to pull it off, Hector.
I agree. I mean, the way things were going, the way he was talking, his promos, and then the way things got in the ring, yeah, he almost made me a believer that he was going to win this match. Seriously.
Frank, who you had originally?
I had Cody Rhodes, man. I drank the Kool-Aid on Cody, man. I drank that Kool-Aid, and I was just waiting for Cody Rhodes.
No, I mean, listen, it could have gone either way. If there was one match out of all this, right, that was the hardest one to pick because both of them did a tremendous promo, and like Cody Rhodes' story almost reminded me of Daniel Bryan with his yes movement, right? And then Roman Reigns always finds a way to get the win, always, and. Man, like as soon as I saw KO and Sami Zayn and they took down the Usos once again, I was like, finally somebody got rid of them. Cody Rhodes got a chance. And then Sikoa one more time comes back, man. I'm like, good Lord, come on, man. It's unbelievable.
Well, it goes to show that blood is really thick,
Yeah. Thick like ice cream, baby. Oh man. But listen, let's go through all the other matches and stuff, and we're gonna like really start from the very beginning of night 2 of the WrestleMania, and it started with Brock Lesnar and Omos. And man, you mean to tell me it took one F5 to take out Omos? Come on now.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed by that. I mean, Omos pretty much dominated the whole match with just a little bit of moves, and then one F5 ended it. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, I was like, maybe I see 3, maybe 6 F5s to get down. I mean, you're talking about Brock Lesnar averaging at least 240 pounds, going against someone that weighs 440 plus pounds. And this guy's 12 inches taller than you. And you mean to tell me that one maneuver will like just take him out completely? Nah, I'm sorry, man. They could have done better. I know it was a short match. It was the opener. And I got it. I understand a little bit, but come on. Got to get almost some respect.
Listen, this match was horrible. I was left so unimpressed. And I was just like, why? Why even have a match that's going to last you 5 minutes?
Oh, I knew it was going to be short. I mean, Brock Lesnar doesn't have long matches. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You look at the last few matches. Yeah, of course. None of his matches is long, man. But the way that turned out to be, I was like, come on. Like, literally, Omos showed his strength. I mean, whoever took Brock Lesnar to the limit like Omos did? And then to turn around and just one F5 and the game was over. Come on, man. Just saying. It's hard to it's WrestleMania. This ain't Goldberg. You know what I mean? Anyways, I like this match though. I mean, this turned out to be all right, but Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler actually won this one. They were absent most of the match. Okay. And to come back and win, kudos to us because we did predict Ronda and Shayna to win because they're the only two that are stable tag teams. Expect them to go after Lita and Becky Lynch in the near future. And there you go, them winning it. And of course, it's like, the other superstars did all the work and then they came in and just, took care of business. But my favorite that I want to say, it could be number 1 or it could be number 2. It could be arguably, but this was the best match that I've known. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus. I mean, Gunther, he studied the playbook. He did one of those Randy Orton moves like I'll step aside or The Miz. I'll step aside, let the other two knock each other out. Then I come in power bomb everybody. And that's exactly what Gunther did. So Gunther retains as the Intercontinental um, champion. Your thoughts on this match?
I'm disappointed. I mean, when are we going to give Sheamus his due and get this title? I mean, this should have been it right here, and he had every opportunity to do it. He came close, and well, congrats to Gunther. I mean, he's a great Intercontinental champion. You know, he's the future, but I mean, you got to give it to Sheamus, man. Seriously, just don't let him retire without getting that belt, because I mean, we seen last night Kevin Owens became a Grand Slam champion. I mean, how more deserving is Sheamus than KO? I mean, be honest, you know. He's done everything but win that belt.
True, but I mean, I do consider Sheamus as a Grand Slam champion anyway. I mean, he had other belts.
Yeah, but this is what we know. This is the working man's title, and he's earned every right to wear that title around his waist.
Yeah, but to have a triple threat and Sheamus to win, I mean, look, the story was more about him and Drew McIntyre than really with Gunther. The storyline was more about, dude, you hit me in the back. You know how much I wanted this title, and you're gonna steal the spotlight. And then at the same time, Drew was telling the truth, dude, you had your shot, and you couldn't beat Gunther in the singles competition. And Drew wanted that opportunity, so they both clashed, and they both paid the price.
Yeah.
So will Sheamus get another opportunity? I think so. Like I said, anything can happen. You know, Raw after SmackDown, or SmackDown, was it Raw after WrestleMania, or SmackDown after WrestleMania? Who knows what can happen? But I hope that Sheamus gets another opportunity in Puerto Rico, or what's not to say that he goes to Europe for the Money in the Bank premium event and goes against Gunther one more time. So it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair and Asuka. I had Asuka winning this match. I thought that she was going to get there, but the introduction, as soon as I saw those little kids dancing and everything else, I'll say, oh, Bianca got this match.
Yeah, and then, well, I would think also from last night when we saw Charlotte Flair lose, there was no way Bianca was going to lose that belt tonight. There was no way. But
I wanted Asuka to win.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah. I mean, Asuka had the most pop
Great
when
match.
they did the introduction, you know, and yeah, it was a great match. I don't think it was a top match compared to Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley's, but it was good. It was good. It was. So she retains the Raw Women's Championship. My question asked to you guys is, who's gonna be next?
I haven't even thought that far right now. Seriously.
Why not just unify the titles already too? I mean, hell,
I doubt that to happen.
I doubt it.
I
but,
doubt it.
I mean,
I doubt it. With
maybe
the draft
Charlotte
coming up
might
and
come.
everything else, I don't think so. But this match caught me by surprise because Finn Balor coming out as a demon. I thought, you know what, this match is going to be legit versus Edge, and Edge came out on top, and that just shows me that Edge's story is not going to end with WWE. This is not his last match. So the rumors are true that maybe this is going to probably be the end by this SummerSlam. But I really thought Finn Balor should have gotten this match, man. But Edge came out winning.
Yeah, we didn't see a Judgment Day version of Finn Balor. We saw the actual demon, and I mean, I thought he had it the way he was, he persevered through everything that was thrown at him.
This guy got cut in the head. He missed Edge going through the table. Like you hit him with everything, he still got back up, and yet still Edge found a way to put him down. And we could say here, man, the match says it all, right? This picture says it all. And let me go ahead and zoom it in even more. I mean, they laid everything on the line, Hell in a Cell, the way it's supposed to be. And at the end, this is how they finished. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the best matches in WrestleMania history. Is these two guys right here. You're gonna probably let me say that a lot because this WrestleMania was off the charts, man. It really was.
I agree.
Yes, it was.
And then the main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. I mean, look, I was jotting things down, and there was plenty to talk about, man, because you had a great start. Um, Again, Salo Sikoa was interfering many times, and I was hoping like who could go in there and knock this guy out, right? But that didn't happen. Finally, the referee says, "Yo, get out," and then the Usos shows up, KO, Sami Zayn, and I'm thinking like, yes, finally, Cody Rhodes is gonna do it. Even though I picked Roman Reigns, but I was like, damn, they persuaded me. I felt, I regretted my decision just for Roman Reigns to win.
I felt like if it was just one title, the WWE title, then yeah, Cody would have definitely won it. But I couldn't see Cody winning both belts, going on both shows. No, I couldn't see that. I mean, yeah, I doubted myself for a whole second, but to me, it's just all still making sense. 1,000 days, and they got to split these belts up. Honestly, in my opinion, in order for Cody to actually hold that WWE title, because I can't see him as Universal Champion.
But do you think that it's worth having like two different champions, or should there always be one champion?
Well,
One heavyweight champion, one intercontinental, one tag team champion, and it just goes wherever it goes.
then if you're gonna do that, then you need to do it for the women. You got to strip both those titles and make one title.
Absolutely. I
I
agree with
agree.
you there.
I think they should have one for each, and just have the champions go into each brand, and that's that.
The only
Because go ahead.
the only thing that makes sense to having two belts is if it comes down to like Survivor Series, champion versus champion, or Clash of the Champions, something like that. That's the only way it will make sense. To see who's the supreme champion. But you got to split these titles up. I mean, it's good for right now for business for Roman Reigns. He's doing a great job with it. Kudos to him. He's finally learning how to be that main event. Finally, honestly, I'm just saying. 7
It's not.
years.
It wasn't forced to be a main eventer. He finally got the storyline, the
Yeah,
perfect fitting to do it. Absolutely.
yeah.
What do you think is next for Cody Rhodes? I mean, dude. I mean, he made it. Do you think the chapter's closed, or is he going to still pursue for the belt?
I think he's gonna pursue for the belt, so I don't think the chapter's closed yet. He's gonna feel like he got cheated because, in essence, when you look at it, it was Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo, and the Usos. That's 5-on-1. So he's gonna feel that he got cheated,
I got a
and he.
feeling that he's going to be interfered to try to get back to Roman Reigns. And the guy that's going to do that is probably Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, Seth Rollins haven't defeated Cody Rhodes yet, so he probably needs to do that first.
He needs to do that to get back at Roman Reigns. And then again, I think your prediction is going to be all right there, Hector, when you said like whoever's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, that's the guy that's going to take down the tribal chief. And by then, it's going to be past 1,000 days.
Yeah, I believe so. Whether it be Seth Rollins, I think either between Cody and Seth, one of those two is going to win that briefcase and wind up winning the titles. But I'm hoping by that time I know people are hearing a lot of rumors about splitting the titles, rebranding the titles, making it new looks, whatever the case may be. I feel that they need to split the titles.
Yeah, and I seen the I don't know, somebody probably photoshopped it, but the new heavyweight championship belt looked like red and blue together. You know what I mean? I was like, man, that looked tacky, but you might as well just keep it black and gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns is going on the press conference right now. So I'll probably tune into that in a few. But overall, and I know Frank, you've been busy and everything else, but I come out one win difference between Hector and myself, 9-4, 8-5, and it could have gone either way, man. It could have. I think this was probably the hardest picks in WrestleMania that I've done since doing this podcast.
Yeah, I think everybody sold it pretty well.
Mhm.
I think. I mean, it was hard to pick who was going to win. I mean, I haven't been on, but I've been following the storylines and whatnot. And for me, I had a hard time picking on who I thought would win.
Mhm.
I mean, it's one thing on who you think is going to win and who you want to win, right?
Right, absolutely.
So, it was one of those was like, all right. I mean, prime example, Cody and Roman. I mean, like I said, I drank the Kool-Aid.
I actually
You know,
drank Hector's Kool-Aid because he had me persuading for weeks because he kept on saying, "Look how many days that Roman Reigns. How could you take that away and not reach 1,000?" And I was like, "That does make sense, right?" And then when I made my pick, I thought about the number 1,000 because after this, he already gonna make 1,000 days, and then him not being around for Money in the Bank makes perfect sense. That that's gonna happen. So I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen at Backlash because Bad Bunny's gonna be there, and to fast forward everything, Bad Bunny and maybe Rey Mysterio teaming up together against Judgment Day. I mean, you seen what happened when Bad Bunny took the chain away from Dominic Mysterio.
yep,
That didn't suit well. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And then Damian Priest, Puerto Rican himself, going to the island, he's gonna be the biggest take right now going into Backlash. I think he is going to be in the storyline and he's going to start for Judgment Day.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, Rey Mysterio teaming up, or even a one-on-one match with Damian Priest, I think will be good. You could build
A-
that up.
Absolutely. Real quick, here we go. From day one to day two. Once again, this is the hard hitting wrestling show. Austin Theory defeated John Cena. Anything can happen for the United States Championship here and now. Who's going to be the next contender? Hopefully, someone new. Here, the Street Profits they ended up winning the Fatal Four Way. They should be next to challenge. Maybe so, depending on if there's going to be a rematch with the Usos for the undisputed tag team. But they should be next going in there, and I got a feeling that they're going to get theirs. And thanks to Dawkins finally getting the victory for his team. Seth Rollins took care of Logan Paul. Hopefully, we don't see Seth Rollins with another celebrity anymore or a fake celebrity at that. But not only that he won the match, but I think he won the best dress of WrestleMania. What do you guys think?
Double J, Jeff Jarrett, baby.
Yeah, but but he also looked like the that red overcoat that he had on.
hmm
I mean, like this guy's always with his fashion, man. You got to give it up to him. And then, of course, Becky Lynch led a Trish Stratus, probably the lowest rating match of all of this weekend's WrestleMania. Then you have Rey Mysterio, which was one of my favorites. I think, and everybody took it personal. You know, everybody took it personal because everyone looked at it as a parent.
yep.
Everyone's being biased, and it wasn't not intentionally, but when you have a kid disrespecting your father, disrespecting your mother, you know, Rey Mysterio gave him that the La Cojea, baby. Wow. And the mom slapped him in the face. I was like, good for him, man.
I
Double
love that
whammy.
match.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate. I've been very vocal about the storyline. I never liked the storyline, but I love the match. I love the outcome of the match. So I was good to.
Absolutely. And also thinking about Eddie Guerrero and the entrance, man, it was special. And Vicky Guerrero went on Twitter thanking Rey Mysterio for doing what he did because of course Eddie Guerrero was never forgotten. But mad ups to him. So also Dan Barry, for those who are the local fans, they know who he is. He's from Beyond Wrestling, always wrestling here in Massachusetts. He was the security or the corrections officer during the entrance for Dominic Mysterio. There goes his entrance there, and there goes the slap and the whipping, man. You gotta love that one, man.
You never too old for a whooping.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and continue to zoom in here, and of course, yes. Now, do you think they'll bring the LWO back, or was it just that one time?
I think it was a one-time thing.
I hope
Yeah,
it comes back. I hope it comes back. I love it.
the
It was
Latino
just
World Order.
it was just a
Of
tribute to
course.
Eddie Guerrero. That's all it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. It was.
and a big tribute for Rey Mysterio. But I don't think the storyline is gonna end, man. I somehow, some way, Dominic Mysterio will have to reunite back to his family. Reality has to sit in, man.
Yeah, I think I go as far as saying a stipulation match or something.
Mm, we'll see.
I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
something
something
might
will
happen.
happen in Puerto Rico, and then the storyline would change in favor of Dominic. But that was
Mhm.
day one WrestleMania, and then April Fools to me because I thought that it was over. And then Hector kept on messaging me. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing, man? It's still on." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Then I got the volume on low, seeing the Miz getting his ass whooped by Pat McAfee, and I'm like, "Oh, there's a main event." I thought Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair was the main event, but man, they stole it, man. They stole it from Rhea because that match was awesome. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. But do you think these women are going to continue getting the respect that they deserve? They're not.
Not only what is it? Only WrestleMania 35 when they had a triple threat match that was the worst match of the main event, in my opinion. And no disrespect, but Becky Lynch did win, but the way she won it, the finish wasn't great. But this match right here, I mean,
That match
she
stole
deserved
day one.
she deserved to main event day one. And a lot of people were talking about it. So it's not like I'm just making this up. Everybody agreed with me on this one. But the main event was the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And finally, they got the job done.
That match was also a real good match. I mean, props to the women. I mean, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, they took day one, I believe. But this match was also a really good match too, though.
It was, don't get me wrong, but when you win the Royal Rumble and then you're saying that I'm going to main event WrestleMania, let's stick with the script, man, because she deserved it. That match was awesome.
But I
It really
think they had.
was.
I think they just had more of a storyline with these guys than what Rhea did with Charlotte. So,
They need to do better.
yeah, right. You're right. I agree.
All right, and then okay, fast forward here real quick. The Miz getting his ass whooped, and look,
Twice.
Shane McMahon shows up, and he did actually injured himself. That was real. That was real deal.
That's why he
They
just needs to
they
stay
showed a
back where he at.
video of him getting carried out, and I think most likely I think it was a sprained ankle. I looked like a torn ACL,
It
but
looked like
I
a
think
knee.
his ankle rolled, and then he was holding his knee. But Snoop Dogg came out of nowhere, improvised, and he
Called an
made a show
audible.
for himself. Yeah, and he stole the Rock's move, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
As soon as I saw him kick the Miz's arms, man, I was like, "Oh, here we go, here we go." He thought about it too. There's got to be a cue. I didn't see the cue of the Miz telling Snoop Dogg what to do because I mean, these guys they know how to improvise and make stuff up, but for Snoop Dogg to be in there and just do what he had to do, I was like, you know what, that was awesome. Mad props to him, man. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
Um,
Miz was
but
a joke.
overall, let's start with you, Frank. Which one was your number one match?
Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. I think, like I said, I think they overall stole the show for both nights.
Okay.
You
How
know,
about you, Heck?
I love that match.
I go with the Intercontinental title match. I think those three really pulled it out. They pulled out all the stops out, and they slapped the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I like them both, man. But I have to give it up to the main event of WrestleMania: Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Like everything was built in one. It was a slow start, and you look, it's 12:05 right now Eastern time, and at the beginning, my eyes was falling. You know what I mean? And I kept telling Hector, I was like, "Yo, they better give me some action, man, because I'm about to go to sleep over here." And they lived it up. They did what they had to do, and it was almost like a Triple H type of match. You start slow, build it up even more. You get the standoff, and then afterwards, boom, boom, boom. There you go. But I loved it, man. I loved it. It's a great memory. WrestleMania 39, awesome. WrestleMania 40 coming to Philly. I don't know, man. I might do it. I might do it. I don't know. It's close by. You know what I mean? Even though it's not, I missed MetLife Stadium, but now that it's going to Philly, who knows? We'll see. I don't know. You guys want to come down?
It's a possibility.
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 That's on my checklist for a WrestleMania event. I'll bring my titles with me.
I got it.
Frank, invest in one, baby.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'll be there. No, nah, man. But hey, it was good. It's a great season. The Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. We will be back on in a month. Starting in May, just in time for WrestleMania Backlash. But we are taking a break in the month of April. It's spring break for us here in the northern parts of the United States. I know down south, I had y'all spring break already, but it's our turn here, and we gotta reset, rewind, adjust our heads, and everything else. Enjoy that celebration of WrestleMania, and then let's see. But every time we take a break, man, big news happening in wrestling.
Yeah, for real.
They wait till we leave and be like, "Oh man, did you hear what just happened?" But
yeah, and real quick, we got to give shout out to Stand and Deliver for those who watched it. Carmelo Hayes, the new NXT champion. Indy Hartwell's the new women's champion. So props to them. See what they.
Indy Hartwell came a long way, man.
Yeah,
and then for Carmelo Hayes. He is big because he had his career with Northeast Wrestling. So many people have taken pictures with him and started posting on social media, telling him congratulations. So big ups to him. And then, our next feed really for the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show is the upcoming events for Spring Slam for Northeast Wrestling. So I'm still continuing with that. And then hopefully, like I said, in May, we'll be back to cover more of the WWE.
Sounds good.
All right, Frank, you got any final words, bro, before we leave? Absolutely not. Good job, buddy.
You look like he was asleep.
Yeah. Night. Anyways, thank you for watching the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. We'll see you very soon. Take care.